thanks again so much, Danny, for coming on. We needed a guest. Things were getting bad when it was just Jschlatt and I. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you for having me, man. I'm really excited to be here. I'm glad you guys reached out. Is there something going on between you guys, or?
Well, I mean, it's
Jesus.
God, I mean, I guess I'll just intro with this. If there were a zombie apocalypse going on, Danny, do you believe that ramps would be a helpful tool to have?
Ramps?
Yes,
this is
ramps.
So fucking stupid.
Ramps.
This is so fucking stupid.
This is sort of a conversation we had before.
All he's been talking about recently, and the reason why there's a little bit of tension in the air right now is because last time we met up and had a little discussion, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it big on like selling ramps and shit in the zombie apocalypse. And I was like, dude, you're not. That's fucking stupid.
Okay, can I ask, is it there's a few different types of ramps, so I'm confused. Are we talking about like wheelchair accessible ramps, or are we talking about like skateboard ramps, or are we somewhere in the middle?
So is it like concrete versus wooden ramps? Is that what we're thinking right now?
Well, I mean, like, so an accessibility ramp would be, to get from point A to point B. It's nice and straight, it's flat, and it's not too inclined. A skateboard ramp goes like whoop, like, it's like curved.
Oh,
there's a U shape, like
taller.
A J shape, yeah.
It's designed for fun, whereas in accessibility ramp is designed for transport.
I have to say, I went an entire podcast with Jschlatt, and he didn't ask me such an astute.
It doesn't
question.
fucking matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
There's nothing. You didn't even.
Well, this is why we need people like Danny on the podcast, because he's going to come in. He's gonna be a CTO, huh?
So there's a lot. It sounds like there's a lot going on here, Jschlatt. It does sound like maybe you could have been a little more attentive and at least asked Ted. Ted, I will say,
and he's emotionally intelligent too. This is why we have Danny on the podcast.
He's Gschlatt. He's not even letting me get a word in.
You did kind of deflect the question, and it almost kind of seems like you don't know the answer either, though. It kind of seems like maybe you dug your heels in to a situation that you haven't thought all the way through. Can you answer
true. He has
right
no
now
fucking idea
what kind of ramps you're trying to sell?
I see how it is, Danny. You butter me up with some emotional intelligence. You make me feel heard and seen. And then all of a sudden you go for the jugular.
It's not the jugular. It's not the jugular. The type of ramp should not be the jugular.
In terms of my plan, it very much so is. But I'll keep it short for you, since we spent a whole podcast last episode talking about this. But
please.
I'm thinking like the skateboard wooden ramps, because you're only going to have like, scrap wood and stuff like that. So they're not going to be totally wheelchair accessible.
What the fuck are you talking about, this skateboard ramps? You only talked about cars going over them.
Well, yeah, I want some scrap metal ones that cars can go over. Don't get me wrong. But you need recreational ramps. I've talked about
You did not bring up skateboards once, or any type of small fun vehicle.
Okay, fine.
Wait, so your pitch for the apocalypse is that we need to be able to have ramps for fun? We need like fun ramps?
Well, yeah, that is one part of it, but also another part is like all those bridges and overpasses, they're going to collapse. So you need ramps to get over them. Like in the Mad Max cars.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a problem with the crumbling infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to work around a gigantic ramp to leap over rivers and valleys and whatnot.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about rivers. That's like a perfect application for them.
There's not many of those.
Well, the
hell?
only one in
like
LA.
The only application I could think of. What else do bridges go over?
Ravines. Ravines. I guess. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the main thing. It is the main thing.
No, it is really the main thing. I guess I wasn't thinking about it because in LA, the river is about the size of like a little tiny creek.
And yet bridges go over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Well,
I said in this whole situation, Danny, that I'm not gonna even engage with such bullshit. I'm not even gonna worry about building ramps. If the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm taking myself out the second the fucking news drops. The second I get that text,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not even that like you don't think it'll be useful or unuseful to survivors. It's like I don't have a horse in this game. I'm gone the second this goes down. Okay. Yeah.
I
I'm
would
with
shoot
you.
myself.